Good morning. Oh my goodness. Good morning. Nothing came out. I'm back to do your bonus read. Some people. One person said yesterday that they found that the volume on the videos was very low. This is really interesting. This is why I have so much problem with this. So normally I take direct to YouTube with a microphone that cost an absolute fortune, and with a special process that I can use. And last week I posted direct from my iPad, which means I recorded on my iPad and then uploaded it, and people said, wow, it's so much better, it really is making a difference. And I thought, right, so yesterday I did everything from my iPad and a couple of people said it was too quiet. So it doesn't matter, it's not me. I think that you need to know that it doesn't matter which way I do it, and this is why I had so much problem in the first place. It's something to do with YouTube programming. When I went in to have a look at that to see if I could raise the volume on and I had somebody look at it for me. So I've had a few people who have technical experience have a look at this. YouTube actually puts videos on different frequencies and different volumes. So one day you can watch a video from a particular person, it will be really quiet, and the next day you can watch it, can be really loud, but that person's done exactly the same thing. There is a person I watch whose volume is quite low all the time. I know I have to turn hers up, and a few times I've got caught because I've forgotten how loud I've got her readings, and then of course the next reading comes on and it's really loud. I don't know what it is with programming, no idea, but that's what happens. So it's quite interesting because I've had two people watch the same video. One says the volume is fantastic and the other one says it's too low. So can't help it anymore. All right. So if the videos are low in volume, you just have to bear with it and turn it up this time. And hopefully next time it will come through at a better volume. All right, so we're going to use the Albano Rider-Waite Tarot for this reading. Let's see where we're going with the bonus read. Oh, love the King of Wands. I have a thing for the King of Wands and the King of Cups, but I don't know why some cards appeal to us so much more. I guess it's the energy we feel when reading them. The King of Wands in an upright is very rarely negative, although I have felt a negative energy when I've done a personal reading. The King of Wands represents Leo, Sag or Aries. He's a fire sign. He's full of fire. He's full of passion. He holds that in his heart and he goes after what he wants. This is a person who is a leader, a born leader. He is someone you may go to for advice. He is definitely a business owner. He drives his own work with passion. But this isn't a person who's cold or unfeeling. This is a person that comes from the heart space. This is a person who drives their world with passion, whether that's in love or whether it's in work. But that is the King of Wands energy. It's fire. It's beautiful energy. So it does represent the fire signs, but honestly the fire signs can be quite different in their intensity. Some people see this as the card of Aries. I sort of feel he's more Leo, but you know, that's maybe the way we interpret the card. But yeah, all passion. So for those of you who've learned the tarot, if you have a look at the red on his clothes, on his background, you will understand how passionate this man is. He even has red hair. All right. Then we have the Two of Pentacles coming through. So there is some sort of, I feel, maybe a decision around someone that you are trying to make. It may be somebody that you have in your life. It may not necessarily be a relationship in terms of a love relationship. It could be a family member or a friend. But there seems to be something you're weighing up about this person. Now, you could be weighing up whether they are worth investing in. But what I love most about the Two of Pentacles is you're doing this from a very logical perspective, because the ocean in the background is quite fierce, which means that you're trying to turn your back on your emotions, which is sometimes where we need to come from to make decisions. For some unknown reason, we are taught every decision has to come from the heart, and it's not really helpful. So in this particular case, this little guy here with these pentacles is trying to make a very logical decision about a King of Wands. Okay, so feeling this here, really feeling, have you already walked away from this person, or are you tossing up here whether to continue with something, whether to still invest in it, or whether to move away? Now, the fact that we're talking about not using emotions here, you may be dealing with someone here that you're trying to make a decision about, is it worth investing in? You may be dealing with someone who is, I almost want to say, maybe not putting in the same energy as you. You may have someone here who is very focused on their own energy, on their own work, and it may feel to you like they aren't investing in you the way they should be, because the Five of Swords for me is a card of moving away from something even though you're not necessarily wanting to do that. So it's very, again, this energy with the swords here about making some sort of decision to move away from something because it's not investing in you the way you are investing in it. And again, it's that idea of, you know, perhaps turning your back on something here because it's not right for you, even though you feel investment or you feel some level of love here. All right, this is personal strength. Okay, this makes a lot of sense when you look at it this way. This is the energy of moving away from someone because you feel like you're investing a lot in them and they're not investing enough back. So it's that in unequal give and take here. So we always talk about toxic relationships, over-investing in people who aren't sort of giving back to you here. The Strength card tells me maybe it's something that you've done previously, maybe it's a cycle you go through, it may be something you're only just realizing here with the Strength card. But this is that energy of making a head over heart decision. So I feel like you're leaving something behind very rapidly too. You know, the Knight of Swords comes in with the truth. There's a realization here, a wake-up call. Maybe you've looked at something and thought, wow, this just is not working the way it should. Because this Knight of Swords is coming in with this energy of throwing a truth in your lap. So maybe somebody's saying something to you, maybe you're having a sudden realization, but you're taking action on something here. I love this because this says to me here, this could be husband or partner for some of you. It could be a family member, mother, father energy coming through here. But what you're starting to realize is you're starting to invest your love and energy into something that is not returning to you. And that Two of Pentacles tells me that you're trying to put the love to one side and have a look at the situation from a very logical viewpoint to try and understand, am I doing this? Am I doing it this way? Is this person giving back? Is this an equal relationship? And I feel like here with this Hanged Man, you've been perhaps trying to see it in a way that was perhaps generous and kind, but perhaps you're starting to realize here now, that you need to make a choice here with the Lovers card. I feel like here you've been perhaps feeling like you've defended yourself. I see some of you walking away because you're feeling like somehow or another you're not getting the love you deserve. The Magician here tells me that perhaps you've put a lot of time and energy into trying to manifest more here. I feel like whoever I'm speaking to here, maybe you've done a lot of investment. Maybe you haven't seen it that way before, but maybe something now intuitively is starting to say to you that you're over investing in a situation. And I feel like here you're making a decision to opt out before it turns toxic. All right, let's have a look what's going on. Yeah, look, see, round and round the mulberry bush. I love that. Thank you. So the Nine of Wands is about the wounded warrior. This is a person who's done this umpteen times and now is realizing that they need to close out this cycle. It is the energy of going around in something, feeling like somehow or another, next time around it'll be different. Next time around I will do it differently. And it hasn't turned out that way. So it's sort of, for me, this is about the digging deeper to see exactly what you're doing that you shouldn't be doing, or exactly what you're doing that you could be doing differently with that Hanged Man. So it's really looking at your behavior or your patterns or whatever it is for you, you know, your people pleasing, your trauma patterns, all those sort of things. But you're looking much deeper at them now with this Nine of Wands. All right, so there you go. So that says it all, doesn't it? I can finish the reading here. It's that energy of walking away from something, knowing that you've invested everything you can. You've done whatever you needed to do. Something is not working here. Knight of Cups coming through with the Four of Wands. You have someone here who's going to, maybe in your understanding of this, maybe in your, it's very interesting because I talk about this all the time. You know, when you give up on something and you walk away and you say, I'm sorry, my value is more, I am worth more than that. That is sometimes when people realize your value, because maybe they've been taking advantage of it, but maybe they've been doing it subconsciously and haven't realized. For example, if you're dealing with someone who's a bit of a workaholic, perhaps they haven't taken you for granted. Perhaps they've thought that you would always be there. Because what we have here is a complete flip of, like the script flipping. So you've got someone here who's now going to offer you a commitment. But the thing is, you've got to understand with this, is this person just pacifying you or trying to keep you bound in this pattern? Or is this person really respecting you the way that you've chosen to respect yourself here? Because this looks to me like, I'm going to fix it, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You know, do you want to get married? Do you want to be together? Whatever. But you see, this is like, it's, I can't think what it's called. They're saying like fool's gold. You know, it's like somebody offering you something that isn't real. So you now need to work out, is this person offering you what you want, or are they just trying to keep you stuck in this situation? So has this person realized and is offering you something really beautiful here, and that they're really going to change the way they are, or are they just being manipulative? All right, so we have the Three of Cups coming through with the Star card and the Three of Swords. Holy dooly. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, you may be dealing with someone who's in another situation. Someone who's probably always saying they're going to leave the other person, always saying they're going to sort something out in their life, but it never happens. I feel like here with this Star card, Three of Swords, you have a lesson to learn here about your own value. I feel that whenever things get tough, this person may promise to do the right thing, but may never come off with that. And maybe you're not enforcing it enough either. Maybe your boundaries aren't strong enough. Maybe you're not speaking up for yourself, not sort of saying what you want. Maybe you're becoming too involved with this person that you're not realizing that perhaps you're giving into things that may not be serving your greater good. The Star card tells me there is some sort of healing for you to do at a deeper level, but it also tells me with the Star card that you are being guided to a lesson you need to learn about your own value here. Yeah, Ace of Cups, self-love, walking away with the Eight of Cups, justice. There it is right there. That is the lesson. There is something you are still investing in, something that you are still investing in, and you may be being told that things are going to change, I'm going to do it differently, things are going to be better, but I see you walking away. But this for me is about self-love. This is the lesson you're learning here about how to love and respect yourself. I see this in the Nine of Pentacles. So whatever it is you are learning here, this Star card with the Justice card for me is about really deep soul lessons. And I see you doing that in this card, like really looking at something and trying to understand the pattern in this, what you're doing. Now, for some of you, you may not be with this person. They may always promise they're going to be with you, but they may never come through. But whatever it is, there is a walking away from something due to emotional unfulfillment and your respect and love for yourself here. There's the King of Wands again with the Two of Pentacles. I love it. And the Eight of Wands coming through. Isn't that interesting that it just repeats? And this King of Wands is watching this Justice card, and the look on his face says to me that he has realized what he has lost. He is very, very sad to know he's lost something. And he's coming back as the King of Swords here. So this is a person who's going to take up the sword and try somehow to communicate with you here, but you have to make a decision. So some of you may already be in this decision stage with this person. You may already be deciding whether it's worth investing in or not, but I do feel that this person is going to make some effort here to have this conversation. You know, I don't want to say people never change, because I know people do. I know that a lot of people have the attitude that once somebody's done something they can't change, but actually they can, but they've got to want to. So if you've got a person who is refusing, for example, to go to counselling, you're dealing with a person who can't see themselves changing. It isn't that they don't have the capacity, because everyone has the capacity to change, but they've got to want to. So maybe that's what's going to happen with this person, because the King of Swords is here. Oh yeah, okay. So for some of you, this is going to lead to divorce and separation. Absolutely. I don't feel that you can trust. This person's going to put in the energy again. And I feel like here, this person's going to lose somebody that loves them very deeply. But there is definitely separation for some of you. There is definitely movement away from this. So I feel like loving yourself and creating this energy of value for yourself is what you're learning here. But for others of you, I feel like you're walking away from a situation that is no longer serving you here. You're still investing in something that is no longer investing back. 32. We have here the card that is the divine grace, the law of efficiency. It is time your life became easier. It is time for you to walk the way of divine grace with trust, simplicity, and acceptance. You do not have to try to make things happen. You can gracefully act without attachment and trust that all will be as it's meant to be. Surrender your struggles now as you allow life to serve you with love and kindness. This is the most efficient use of your energy and will lead to the best results. The law of efficiency encourages us to work smarter rather than always working harder. It is like learning to allow a wave to carry you to shore rather than swimming the entire way with your own efforts alone, or even against the current, which would make the journey even harder. It is like planting a seed at the right time so nature will help it bloom in the spring, rather than planting it during the dead of winter when it takes a lot of effort to keep it alive, and even then it may not survive. This is the intelligence of the law of efficiency and divine grace at work. So what they're talking about is the sense of natural flow within the universe. You know, trusting everything, the timing, and everything that we do is supported by the universe. So they're talking about the path of least resistance. So if you've been fighting for something over and over again, I think you're going to realize now that you're fighting for something that perhaps you're putting a lot of energy and effort into that you need to walk away from. But it's sometimes choosing to take the path that is easier rather than fighting for something that isn't giving back. I'll leave you with that. Thank you.